Eurovision fam. Hey, Eurovision fam. Hey, Eurovision fam. It is 5:11 in the morning for me here in Washington, D.C., but I am right on CE time and so ready to hop into these day two rehearsals. We kicked off with Cyprus today, and right now I'm going to be talking about Norway and Tix with Fallen Angel. Just saw him run it 2 times, and I'll tell you basically what we saw. Let me pop out the chat so I can see folks here. Ahmed says he sounded a little pitchy, to be honest. Honestly, I actually thought the vocal was pretty flawless. This isn't necessarily that challenging of a song, even though I will say the register is a little bit high, and I'm not worried about Tix delivering the song vocally. He will make it through. He will hit the notes. And I think the way that they sort of have the reverb where his voice sort of has a little bit of echo to it really helps. And I think I don't think that he has live backing vocals. I think he's just singing like to himself on the track. And whereas you can kind of hear those live backing vocals where it sort of gives that live sound to it, this really does sound a lot like the track. And that's a positive for a lot of people who want to connect with the song and have liked the studio track. So he'll be hopping. Someone said Cyprus is still not on the channel. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. My reaction to Cyprus is up and live. Yes. So, Lori says, I love the song so much, but I really think that he does not deserve to go to the final. There are so much better songs in this semi. Oh, and we've got a whole bunch of Kino folks who are sad that Kino. Oh, you meant on the ESC channel. Well, you'll see the clip eventually for Cyprus. But let's hop into this reaction to Norway's first rehearsals. We've jazzed up the outfit a little bit. We've got a glitter jumpsuit. We still have the angel wings. I thought that maybe Norway might change it up a little bit for this staging because we've seen that Norway has changed up things in the past. So I thought that maybe they would, but they didn't. They're really staying true to the national selection performance and then elevating it a little bit more. We did see some pyro. We saw fire go off on stage, which was really cool. Honestly, I love the celestial LEDs. There's something about the performance that looks really pretty. It doesn't even, I would say some of the performances that we saw like yesterday when they've zoomed out and you see the stage sort of looks a little bit empty. You know, there is a little lack of fullness. You're not getting that with Norway because they really have filled the stage with smoke. The way that they sort of had these celestial projections of the clouds, it looks really pretty. I will say that. And I liked the smoke. We do have the fire go off at those, sort of moments. I will say this. The chains were making a lot of noise. I didn't hear the chains like at all in the Norwegian national selection. So I don't know if that's a sound issue where they just need to cut the mics when he's not singing, because when he's singing, you don't hear the chains. But the moments like the do 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 do, it's like where where the fullness sound kind of cuts out. And it's just that isolated do 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 do. You'll sort of hear the chains. So I think that sound guy needs to just like turn off the mics at that point. Or maybe we lose the chains. And honestly, I think losing the change would get rid of maybe some of the kitsch and maybe some of the juries who want to see a performance that feels more serious. Maybe that would eliminate this. Honestly, this performance looks straight out of like the Eurovision movie. And there are going to be people at home who are like, see, this is Eurovision. It's like kitschy and crazy and camp. And they'll latch on, I think, to that visually. And we know with Eurovision, it's really important to grab people visually pretty early on. And I mean, Norway is definitely doing that with, of course, that familiar late 90s, early 2000s boy band sound, NSYNC. Yes. So let's hop into the comments. Magda says, Cyprus, her voice was a bit poor today. No, it really wasn't. The vocal was actually really, really great. In Ji Hong asked about Norway. Does he still have the demon backing singers? Well, yes, he still has the demons dancing around them. Geraldo Tochi says, I think they should have changed it somehow to bring an element of surprise. But, you know, most people at home won't have seen this, the national selection performance. So I think it still works. Aurora asks, does the staging look like the national performance? It does, but elevated. What else do I, Jericho says, just came, was the vocal on point with Norway? It was good, but we don't have to worry about Norway's vocal. We don't have to worry about Norway's vocal at all. Someone's asking me about Romania. We're talking about Norway right now. We're talking about Norway. Someone says they're throwing all their votes to Norway. The only Nintendo says, do you think Tix Norway is suffering the national final bias problem, where if this was internally selected, the song would have been much more liked rather than the Kaino? Are the wings bigger? I don't know if the wings are bigger. I think they might actually be the same wings, but we are getting a glitter jumpsuit now. And do I think that I think the critique of this song, that it sounds dated, is a fair critique, because it does sound like a, you know, boy band song from the late 90s, or maybe even the mid to late 90s, early 2000s. It sounds exactly like something that would be on an NSYNC album delivered by a solo person, because Tix isn't a boy band group. So I think the critique that the song feels dated is fair. And I think the fact that, yeah, so I think that that's the critique. Yeah, I don't think that people are, sure, there are people who are probably upset not to see Kaino, but most people at home won't know what Kaino did at the national selection. So there's that. Raven asks, is it going to qualify? I mean, I said in my prediction video that I thought that it would. I think the familiarity of the sound of the song, and you know, and I think also the kitsch factor with it. He's definitely playing into that kitsch factor. And Lori says Barbara Dex goes to Norway. As of now, yeah, as of now, Tix is probably running away with the Barbara Dex award with the wings and the glitter jumpsuit. But I will say, I appreciate the fact that he's not wearing a t-shirt and slacks. I appreciate the fact that he is not wearing just like a boring suit on stage, or like an outfit he could wear to the mall. I appreciate that we're actually getting a showpiece and an outfit on the stage. So thank you so much for tuning into this reaction to Norway's first rehearsal. I'm going to be back very soon with my reaction to Croatia's first rehearsal. So I'm excited to see that. So please, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Honestly, I am up. It is 5:20 in the United States. I really, really love the Eurovision Song Contest. So if you've not subscribed to my channel and you want more Eurovision content, please subscribe. If you like this video, like it. If you don't like this video, you can dislike it too. And if you don't agree with my reaction, drop down and talk to me in the comments below. This really is a conversation. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me to subscribe to my channel. You just have to want more Eurovision content. And look, in times like these, we need more Eurovision content. We really, really do. And we've got so many other rehearsals coming today, so I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to miss my live stream at the end of today. I'm going to be talking about everything that we saw, not just today, but yesterday, because we really have like an idea of what semifinal 1 is going to be. And it's going to be a bloodbath. I'll tell you that. It's definitely going to be a bloodbath. So thank y'all so much for joining. Stay tuned. Bye.